So if you're watching this review now and you're looking at me, you're probably wondering why are her eyes so low? It's because I'm terribly sleepy and probably high off of marker fumes. Hello, all you wonderful guys, gals, and ghouls. CJ here. Welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year's. Happy 2019. I don't know why that weirds me out, but I'm like, it's a new year. Time goes on. I don't know. I'm just weird. But anyway, yes, hope you're having a great new year. Hope everything's going really good for y'all. It's going good for me. So far, so good. But I thought I would start the year off with a whammy of a review. Well, it's special to me, but, well, especially I spent all this money on it. But yeah, I mean, I know y'all saw the thumbnails, but I'm still excited. Yeah. And that right there and right there. Oh, sure you can see both. So yes, by the thumbnail and the title, and of course watching this now, I officially have the entire master marker set. Mostly, I'll explain the mostly in a minute, but yes, I have master marker. So yeah, I have both sets, A and B, and right off the bat, packaging. Honestly, the packaging it's okay. I mean, for holding 80 markers in each bucket, it's okay. It's kind of cumbersome, and I usually like to lay my markers on the side. That way the ink is evenly distributed. In between both tips of the marker. Geez, I can't English correctly again. And so I've had these for a little minute now, but I've been storing them like so, and they've just been kind of sitting in the corner because I kind of don't want to take them out the buckets. I mean, I know I can, but I kind of like them in here. But again, it's kind of cumbersome. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it helps, and it helps them keep from spilling everywhere. So yeah, here's that. Alrighty, so obviously I made swatches for both sets, both set A and set B. Set A is the primary set and set B is the secondary set. It seems that in set A has a lot more bolder colors. I mean, I know it's bold colors in set B as well, but this one seems to have a lot more of those, and just like your bold rich colors, this one seems to have a little bit more of pastel colors in set B, or at least that's just how it looks to me. I could be wrong, but yeah, swatches for both sets, because there is no way in hell I'm having all those markers out and up here like that. That would be a freaking disaster. Now, in addition of buying the markers in the big A and B sets, I know that you can buy them in like smaller 24 pack sets as well, shown here. But I think when you buy the smaller packs, you don't end up with the whole line. Like, you can get all of the smaller packs, but you won't have all the colors. So there's that. Again, I bought these off of walmart.com, free shipping, woohoo! And they are distributed from a company called TCBH Global, but I think the actual manufacturers of these markers is a company called US Art Supply. So yeah, I'll have a link in the description for this as well. Alrighty, let's start off with the, I guess you could say, the flaws or the negatives, however you want to say that. The fumes. The fumes are like, whoo. It doesn't happen with all the markers, but certain markers, it seems like the darker inked markers have like a very, very, very strong smell. So if you're watching this review now and you're looking at me, you're probably wondering why are her eyes so low. It's because I'm terribly sleepy and probably high off of marker fumes. But seriously, for anyone who has like allergies or just like or certain smells or certain chemical smells like puts them off, you might want to watch that when or you might want to consider that before buying these markers. Just giving you a heads up. I know that this in of itself doesn't necessarily pertain to the actual performance of these markers, but I thought it would be at least a good heads up on that. No refills as far as I saw when I went to the website. These markers are not refillable, they're not open stock, and yeah, so that might already be like a put off for some people, and I get it. It's personally, it's not for me, but again, I thought I should let everyone know. The markers themselves, to me, when I'm drawing with them, certain colors, not this one, I can't remember which one it was, but out of some of them, I guess maybe they were overfilled, but it seems like sometimes the ink flows out way too fast and like you get this weird blobbing dot effect. Again, it's not happening with this one, and I guess it's not all the markers. Dang it, I can't remember which marker color that was. Was it this one? I don't think it was this one either. I think, well, you know what? It's not as bad as the other one, but it kind of did it when I first brought out. Like, you can get fine lines with it. Pretty good size length, but sometimes the other ones, they just kind of bleed out too much and you're left with like weird dots on the paper. The chisel tip is fine. It's like, you know, standard chisel tip. Actually pretty nice, and gives nice coverage and stuff like that. But the brush tip, again, you know what, this might actually be like a personal preference with you. It seems like the brush tips on these markers are really soft, and like, I don't know if you can see if I can bring that up to the camera. Like the tip is very flexible, almost like a felt tip pen, somewhat. And I know some people, I guess, you know, depending on markers that they have in the past, you know, famous Copic and I guess the Art and Fly. It was a couple other brands too. Like the brush tip is a little bit more stiffer than that, and some people actually prefer the brush tips to be somewhat stiff. This one seems to be a bit soft. So again, I don't mind, but again, I thought it was something that I should mention. The next little bit, it doesn't necessarily have to do with the way the marker works or the product works, but I guess you could say like maybe quality control. I mentioned earlier that I mostly have all the markers in the master marker line, and here's what I mean by that. I didn't exactly get all the markers that was supposed to be in the set. Let me explain a little bit more. So this happened in my swatching of my primary set A. I'm missing colors Cool Gray 3, Plum 340, Margot 24, Lemon Yellow 35, and 76 Sky Blue. So I have a total of 160 markers. What ended up happening, I don't know if this was on purpose or not, I'm not sure, but I wrote these down to make sure I say the markers that I do have. So I ended up with duplicates of Leaf Green 59, Pumpkin Orange 23, Azalea 6, Tan 302, and Mint 179. My set B was completely intact. It's fine. It has everything it needed. or everything that was supposed to be in the set, and my set A didn't. I probably could have had this fixed, but I swatched the markers too late, and you know how like certain companies have like a window where you can like send the product back or send a complaint in, and they'll send you a refill or try to rectify the mistake and all that stuff. So I do acknowledge that a good chunk of it is on my end, just not paying attention. Again, had I swatched it earlier, maybe I could have gotten this problem fixed. And you know, plus I'm a lazy potato. But yeah. So yeah, not really necessarily how the markers work, just probably an issue on quality control. I know other people have like reviewed these markers, most notably Drawing with Waffles. She did a really cool review of these markers on her channel like a year or two ago, I'm not sure. But yeah, I saw her video. I'm like, oh, you know, relatively inexpensive brush tip markers that are not Copic. I better try them out. So yeah, that's what I did. But yeah, my set B was fine. Set A was kind of jacked up. And oh, another thing that I noted from her review, Drawing with Waffles review. Let's see. Can y'all guys see that? Let's see. Need you to focus in on that. Focus, there you go. Y'all, the typo is still there. It's still there. I mean, these seem like these markers have been out for like a hot minute, and like, yeah, it's there it is. It's a typo and it's still there. You'd think, you know, a company would like rectify that, but no, they're just like, I really don't care. Honestly, I haven't seen like a big advertising push for these markers. And honestly, to me personally, they still seem relatively unknown. And maybe this is why, like, but then again, the company itself doesn't seem to be pushing them. They're just like, they're here, they're markers, buy them or don't. So yeah. I know that with Copics, well, I'm not sure about the larger sets because I don't have enough freaking money to ever get like a large set of Copics. That's a lot. Thought this was a lot. No, Copics cost a lot of money. But I know in like their smaller like 5-6 pack sets, like they tell you the color and the number, and they don't have a swatch sheet, but they tell you the colors that come in the set, so you know like, oh, this color is missing, or this is the wrong color, or I got a duplicate color. You can at least know, you know, what you're getting. It's like with Mastermarker, they just, here's A, here's B, here's your markers, now get out. It seems like I'm kind of ripping on these markers because I am. I mean, come on. So let's recap a little. Fumes, there's a smell. Ink seems to flow a little fast. The brush tip is kind of on the too soft side. No refills. You can't get refills for these, and they're not open stock, so if it runs out, you can't get them again because they're not even open stock. And I didn't get all my markers in my set, so product, I don't know, quality control, and just I'm guessing this would fall under like customer service as well. It just kind of seems non-existent. So I mean, you know, that was my experience with that. So yeah. Alrighty, now for the positive, the pros. You get a lot of colors, lots and lots of colors. Like I said, you get like a mixture of like bold and pastel, and you get a good range of colors. Like, you know, you got your grays, your greens, your reds, your blues, your purples, your oranges, browns and stuff. It does seem like it leans a little bit more having more colors in like the orange, brown and green range. You get some blues and reds splashing up, but I mean, it's a good set of it. You know, you can do something with it. It's not just like one or two and it's like, I can't do anything with that. And it has like a good like scale of colors. And as far as cheaper than Copic sets that have a brush tip, it does, obviously. I've shown it already. There's the brush tip and the chisel tip, you know. Tried but true brush tip and chisel tip combo. Combo breaker! I'm guessing if you want to try these markers but like a way smaller scale than just buying the whole set or even like half of the set, they have the 24-pack marker sets, and they have the ones that I've seen, they have like a pretty good range. There's like the hair, the landscape, the skin tone. It's like manga and primary set, so there's like 4 different sets you can like choose from. And obviously you get a lot more marker in those smaller sets than you would in a Copic set, so that's definitely a plus in my book. The markers themselves on the tops are labeled pretty clearly and they are self-explanatory. 71 cobalt blue, and they do have indicators on the marker on which one is the chisel side and which one is the brush tip side. I don't know, this one could kind of go either way, but they're not like, you know, see how this is like inked with like white ink or whatever that is. This part isn't, so like they're already dark. You would kind of have to like hold them up in the light, kind of see like, oh, okay, I see which one's the chisel and which one's the brush tip. I mean, it's not a big deal to me, but it might be kind of a pet peeve to other people, and I get it. So I was looking at the price points between the different sets. As you can see, this is the Copic Child Marker 72 set, and it is going for $265.98, and mastermarkers are a wee bit cheaper here on Amazon, which is $139.96. I got mine through Walmart and it was $149.96. The only reason why I got it off of Walmart is because of the free shipping. I don't have Amazon Prime and I just don't feel like dishing out more money to get stuff. So yeah, but you definitely can see the difference in price on whether you buy it from, you know, Amazon or Walmart, or, you know, obviously just go straight to the website for the mastermarkers and you get free shipping, or, you know, versus you know, you're paying almost $200 for a set and it's not even all the set, or not even all the markers in the set, because I'm assuming this is set A. Yeah, set A. There's set A, there's set B, and then of course you got like the Copic sketch set A and B, and how many sets there are, and I think you end up like spending up to $600 with Copic. So I guess if you're willing to sacrifice money to get quality, sure. Me, I'm just like, I'll make it happen with what I've got. So I mean, that's just me and my personal preference, obviously. Alrighty, so what is my final thoughts or final verdict on these markers? To be honest, I like them. I like them a lot. The very colorful, vibrant, and you get a lot of, you know, a good color selection between each marker. However, there is a real concern of, again, not so much as how the markers perform. I think they perform pretty well, even though, you know, like I said, the ink seems to flow out a little fast and they have a smell. That in of itself isn't like a deal breaker for me. It might be for other people, but not for me. But I totally understand if it is. The thing that concerns me the most is what's the word again? Product quality control and customer service, or the seemingly lack of customer service. Yeah, again, I won't say like, oh, it was like a big fight with this. Actually, it was no fight at all. I'm just saying, from what it looks, in my opinion, you look like you wouldn't be hearing from anyone, or at least you wouldn't hear from anyone anytime soon. So yeah, there's that. Again, these markers aren't sold open stock, and they don't provide refills for these like Copics or couple of other marker brands. I know that people tend to choose Copic over most marker brands, and honestly I understand why. They have good quality ink and they're just an overall good product. However, as you saw, like getting sets, big or small, like can be very daunting and very money consuming. And to me personally, I like the fact with these markers, you can just buy 2 sets and have the whole line and be done. Like with Copics, you can, yes, I guess it's a good option to have like refills and stuff. Honestly, with markers, that just really doesn't sell it for me. It's like, you have a set of markers, all of the colors are there, just get them and you're done. Like, to me honestly, it's kind of a daunting task to me to have to pick and prod and make sure you have this set or this color from this set, and just to have like a good, like, cohesive collection of markers. So to me, honestly, just to have all these markers in just one complete set and done with it, I'm honestly liking that a lot more. It appeals to me a lot more. So yeah, in the end, I would say honestly, give these markers a try. Try their smaller 24 pack set or sets. Sorry, well, tripping up again. I know they definitely give you a lot more markers than the smaller Copic sets, but at least you get like a little bit more bang for your buck. And if you do decide to get the both A and B set, please proceed at your own discretion, because as you saw, I didn't get all of my colors. Instead, I got a couple of duplicates. I'm not gonna go to war, and I'm not gonna say, oh, it's like the worst thing ever. No, it's not. It's not that big a deal, but I'm definitely giving that side eye, like, But yeah, all in all, again, I think these markers are pretty good. Just proceed at your own discretion. So yeah, there's that. What? No product demo, CJ? What you got going on 2019? Don't worry, guys, I got you. I actually decided to split this review into 2 parts. Part 1, which you obviously just finished watching, and part 2 is the picture I made. And I definitely want to talk about, things I gotta do this year to like better my channel, better my art, and just better me in general. So yeah, hang around, stick around for part 2, and I will talk to you guys in a little bit. CJ out.